But we all know this is not healthy or sustainable if you guys want to survive out there and not have injuries. Hi, it's Dr. J here with more tips for mental fitness. Today we're going to be talking about injury and how to trust your body again while recovering and post-injury. So to kind of give a decent perspective in how we can think about this topic and what we can talk about, I brought in two different examples. One from Steve Kerr, who is the coach of the Golden State Warriors. And earlier this year in 2025, Steph Curry injured his hamstring, first time in his career, and actually was out for the rest of the postseason, which actually ended in that series. So he pulled it in game one, didn't play a single game, and the Warriors went on to lose that series. And so as Steve Kerr is talking about this injury and how it occurred, Kerr has some really important points. So he states that, "I think all the complaints of wear and tear and scheduling are all valid, but they fall on deaf ears because of the dollar sign." So here we're seeing one of the bigger problems in sports, which is nobody really cares that much about the players, about their fitness, about their health and wellness, about their mental health and wellness. It comes down to how much money can we make off of these players in this time span. And so he then states, "I don't think the league's constituents are willing to give up any money. That's the problem. But we all know this is not healthy or sustainable if you guys want to survive out there and not have injuries." So here we have him stating that really it's all because of the money. And if it weren't about the money, then it would be more about the players and how we can actually consistently keep them healthy so that they can actually perform and do their job. But there's a very significant issue here, because when we are focusing more on the money aspect, then we're starting to actually lose all of the factors that come into play for these athletes. So Rick Celebrini, the director of sports medicine and performance for the Warriors, he went on to say 100%, if he, Steph Curry, had an extra day or two in between games, we can't prove this, but I have no doubt based on our understanding of the scientific literature that the hamstring injury was the result of inadequate recovery and fatigue. And this happens all the time in sports. We are performing physically day after day after day after day after day, and there's not as much of a focus on the recovery or just the holistic aspect of being a human at all. And we completely miss this. Whether we are practicing 5, 6, 7 days a week or 5 days a week, then we play a game and have 1 day off, there's just not enough time to actually recover, both physically and mentally. And so we're seeing an increase in injury in sports, especially as we start to get more money in, and not just money to like advertisers and the NFL and the teams and all of that, but now money into the players, like high school athletes, college athletes. And so they are pushing themselves more in pursuit of that money, not realizing that a career-ending knee injury is way more common if you are actually stressing out your body and putting so much demand on it. And so Steve Kerr wraps this up by saying a couple of different things. There are guys all around the league suffering fatigue-based injuries because the games are just so closely stacked together. It would be nice for 1 or 2 more rest days throughout the postseason, just so we can come back fresh and compete. We've got to try something. It's going to take representatives from the Players Association, the Coaches Association, the owners, the league, and the TV partners to actually acknowledge all of this. So again, in order to really address some of these issues, it's not just on the athlete nor the coach, but it's also on the clubs. How are they organizing these sports? How often are they scheduling games? How are we transitioning from practice to games? And that's more on the coach, because if you're doing hard practices before games, or maybe just not even taking a day off at all, then you start to put increased demand on your players.